I want to switch gears, and we're going to go into the main topic today, which is we're in baby week. I had my baby, guys, and I'm sorry that I didn't put videos out.
Well, you didn't have your baby. You were with your wife as she had her baby.
But the baby is here.
Yes.
And,
the baby was had.
So beautiful. I will put an image up. I want to switch gears, and we're going to go into the main topic today, which is we're in baby week. I had my baby, guys, and I'm sorry that I didn't put videos out.
Well, you didn't have your baby. You were with your wife as she had her baby.
But the baby is here.
Yes.
And,
the baby was had.
So beautiful. I will put an image up. So in post-production, I'll show all you guys the picture of the baby. But this has been such a different experience, guys. So I'm there. This is the third baby that I got to help deliver. So I had a midwife with my first wife with Allie, and midwives are generally like really hands-on, and they want the dad to be a part of it. Doctors, some of them are like, this is my job, I want to deliver. So with Peyton, I didn't get to be a part of that. I got to be in the room, but I didn't get to. The doctor was like not going to let me deliver. But with Melody, I got to catch, and with Olivia, I got to catch. So Olivia Faith Rose Grogan is her name. I'm bringing that up in light of this because in no other time in having these births have I thought so much and my heart grieved so much for like abortions and not just abortions, but even kids that are abandoned, they're born and then they're abandoned. And so my heart is like super sensitive right now for other children because I am holding a baby, and the fact that there's even an option to like say, do you want the baby or not, is almost makes me want to puke. It's like, who could possibly say no to like 2 eyeballs and 5 fingers on the hands and some feet, and the baby looks just like a Grogan, dude. The forehead, we have like the signature Grogan forehead, and
she's bald.
She has it, and she's bald too. So, but I don't know, man. I've never been hit like this before, and so I'm still walking out some of this sensitivity. Anyway, we're in baby week. I just want to open up to you guys to see what your thoughts are about. Maybe we'll talk about the recovery community and babies. And Jeremy, you're a pastor, so you work with people that are probably in recovery they're making these kinds of decisions. Is there anything that you want to speak to the audience about just in light of this?
Yeah, it's a really difficult thing because you have the parents that many times they don't want to give up their baby, but they're either going to try and force themselves again with the will to try and be the parent that they haven't been able to be before, or they're having to make a sacrifice and say, you know what, I'm not in a state that I am able to keep this child safe or care for this child. And so they make that heartbreaking decision to either put the child up for adoption or the child gets taken away because of, CPS or things like that.
Totally. Yeah.
But we're living in times where this is kind of like by and large a normal process. And so we're living in that disconnected, dysfunctional aspect of what addiction does, what pain does, it's not just addiction. I mean, we're living in the ramifications of, even just a fatherless generation, of just the disconnectedness of things, which results in like attachment disorder. And a huge part of my life and ministry has been working with kids that have either gone through adoptions that are on the brink of failing or in the foster care system, or have been completely abandoned or orphaned by their biological parents. And so I spent 14 years working with kids in that realm. And so seeing the negative effects of that obviously breaks our hearts. But I want to bring some hope into that because as much as we look at society and there's a place that we just see the brokenness and our hearts go out to the kids, and my heart goes out to the parents too. you know, it's been a long time since I was a dad who was holding a baby.
Yeah.
My kids are all grown up. In fact, my youngest just celebrated her 17th birthday. But I've had kids long enough that I do have the dad bod, which I wore my dad bod hat on purpose, knowing that we were going to be talking about this today. But back to what we were saying, you know, in the realm, especially in the realm of addiction, you know, a lot of people don't understand what's going on in the mind of a parent, where they actually choose addiction over their child.
Yeah.
And that's probably one of the biggest things that is misconstrued in society. Like, how dare they, you know, and we look down on these people, but we have to understand that person is in a level of pain that's so great, that they don't even have the capacity to choose to be a parent, to get themselves cleaned up, to do what is needed to do to care for this child. And a lot of people think, well, they should just turn things around. Well, that's a good thought to have, but if you haven't walked through step 3, if you're not yielded to the place where you've given your power over to God, you're going to try and do it in your own strength, and you can't do it.
Yeah.
And so you're just going to live, and this is, I'm not trying to put anybody down. The reality of it is that as a society, we are living in response to everything that is uncomfortable and painful in our life. And we're just seeking. The point of addiction is we're seeking to feel good. We're seeking to feel some aspect of love. If I can't get love from somebody else, I'm going to love myself. And at the root of every person, we have to be loved and valued. And that's that way for children. So I'm really appreciative of the movement. There's a massive adoption movement that's happening right now, where people are understanding that if we're going to change things in society, we've got to be fathers and mothers. And so there's those that are either have raised their kids and now they're being willing to foster or adopt. There's huge aspects of our family, especially on my wife's side, that have taken in and adopted and bringing kids, giving homes to kids that would not otherwise have a home. So there are things happening that are good, that are there to take care of the problem that we're facing.
Yeah.
So
in my experience, here's the way that I look at it. Even theologically, I just look at it as when God restores a person, and he restored me, I am now like a disarmed weapon, meaning I was a weapon for the kingdom of darkness, and I was walking out the enemy's kingdom, and then I got disarmed of that and brought into a new kingdom, and now I'm territory that has been taken, right? And now I walk that out, and my children become the fruit of that. And so I guess just for my own, it's not really a battle. It's just that I grieve, man. I grieve for other people that aren't experiencing this. I grieve for the people that are in their addiction that have lost their children. I grieve for people that have been separated from their kids. And I grieve for the kids that didn't even have a chance. And that's that's coming from this new space. You know, in my atheist life, I would have been pro-choice. I would have personally still had this conviction that it's wrong to kill a baby, but I didn't necessarily think of it as murder. But I just knew that I was never going to have to deal with that because it was not a decision I was going to make. Mm-hmm. But now I think differently about it, and I see the baby as a life, right? As a person that was created for a purpose, and to see that just totally discarded, just grieves my soul.
I want to tag on that really quick. I'll be really short. So here's the hope. Here's the good news, because we look at that and we think, oh, well, the cycle's just repeating itself. Yeah. But all it takes is one generation. Yeah. It just takes one person saying yes. If one person, so Jeremy, even though your mom and dad made choices and are walking with the Lord and are planted some seeds for you, there was another level of a choice that you had to make for your generational line. But it's your yes. It's you walking out step 3 that opened up the door. It's not that your kids just get to live in the fruit of your yes. They actually have become kingdom people themselves, and they're now empowered to actually carry it farther than you.
Gotcha.
Because of the authority that comes behind your yes.
The glory of the latter house is greater than the glory of the former house.
And so this is what we are as parents. If you're a parent and you're recognizing you were either born into a generational cycle of addiction or criminality or some form of abuse, or maybe you were born abandoned, maybe you were born into this place. Maybe you were a failed abortion. We've heard lots of incredible testimonies of that. And you have an opportunity. This is the goodness of God. God gives every person an opportunity to start that new generational line, to break strongholds so that we're not perpetuating what's happening in the earth right now.
I'm going to give Zach the last 2.5 minutes. What do you got? You look like you're over there getting ready.
I'm a pastor.
Well, I don't. Yeah, I know.
We eat up all the time.
I know. I feel like Jeremy covered so much of that topic. Most of what I know about childbirth and stuff is from my own experiences. And I got married and had children really young. I mean, my youngest is now 6 months old, and my oldest is 2. And so I know that I feel the same. Especially after becoming a dad, like, I can't watch movies anymore that have children being harmed in them, because I'm like just destroyed over that. Because I can relate and be like, oh my gosh, I have a kid. I can't imagine what would happen if this happened. And so one thing I do know I want to say is that, like, that feeling, that like grieving feeling of like, oh man, my heart just goes out towards all these orphan kids or people that have adoptions and stuff. It's like, that's a huge reason why we kind of do what we do, because I'm like, well, I want to help. I'm in a place where I'm like, I can help people make the right decisions, at least help, in any way we can. Having God use me in any area I can, I want to have an influence in that area to help steward up the next generation to make that right choice, And so that's the one thing I wanted to say, is that we get to help steward other people into making that right choice. And what we do now, every right decision we do now has huge effects later down the road generationally. So
we're just reverse the curse, man.
Come on,
that's what you guys used to say.
That's got to be a t-shirt. Reverse the curse.
But I mean,
we still say it.
Now we talk mostly about sonship, and but sounds like a good time for a break, guys. We really could go forever on this stuff, man. But we'll catch you guys on the other side of the break. Thank you for checking out this clip from the Position Recovery Podcast. The entire podcast is available on our other channel. There's a link in the description box below, so you can go check it out. The full audio program is available on your favorite podcast platforms like Spotify, Pandora, and Google Podcasts. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Finally, if you'd like access to exclusive members-only content, or maybe you just want to support us in what we're doing financially, head on over to patreon.com/position, where there are a variety of giving levels and one that is perfect for your budget. It's always awesome hanging out with you guys. And remember, many are called, but you are positioned.